lot of people, like, take the, what's it called? Like, take the, like, things that they do in their life, and, like, it doesn't apply to, like, their journey with God, you know?
No.
Some porn star, yeah, but, like, doing this to make money is the only thing I have left. I still have to go on with it, you know?
Yeah, low key. Like, I get it. It could be like that. Because K. Doom mom has always been like that.
So he probably grew up like that, yeah.
But like, as long as I've known her, she been like that.
Well,
like, we would be talking about the...
Like that, so most likely they've been like that since they were younger.
Yeah. Like, literally, it used to be fucking hella smoke sessions at his crib would turn into Bible study. But I can't right now. I wrote all the rest of this.
You don't have any more. You only have one ace.
Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on another SEC rival, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Rebels will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll give it to the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use the quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Fires to the tight end. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Trying to make magic with his feet.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off. He gets a positive gain.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. To the ground with the back. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. Finds a crease at the 20. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Handoff to the single running back. Got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Trying to surprise him with the pass. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown Sooners.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it off with a touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying the left side. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
They'll ride the hot hand. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. Receivers better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
The Rebels have their offense in high gear. They'll try the run. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Right back to the well. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
The end of the first quarter with the score, Oklahoma 7, Ole Miss 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Cut.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. He wants to throw here on second down. And it's picked off at the goal line. Looking for more room. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Wants to fire on second down. He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all. Pass instead. They're looking at third down.
QB overthrowing an open guy like that, that is just a kick in the gut for this team.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Steps away to find some room. On the move, he fires. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. The tag. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him.
Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line.
Well, I think sometimes on 1st and goal like that, you're just trying to get up to the line of scrimmage early. You're trying to catch the defense off guard. So you go quarterback sneak, you find the crease, you plow forward, and it worked. They score a touchdown.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things at Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you that. Guess what I'm saying is a comeback could be in the cards. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Texas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's King. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Throwing right. Fires and picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Throws into the middle of the field. Pulls it in inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now it's 2nd and goal. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I...
Going deep. Brings it in down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Across the 25, he's got room. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him.
And the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. At the 20, he's got space. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows, they open and they close so quickly. You've got to have great timing, and right now this offense doesn't have it. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions setting up 3rd down.
Goes to the option. Oh, and he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Open space at the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. One more snap coming before halftime.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Comes out throwing on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just...
Oh, look out! A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
That really nice job by the defense. Understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice third down stop.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Brings up second down.
They'll line up for a second down play. They want to run it left here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They're trying to get to it. Powers through the defender. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Colorado is getting stomped. You could bring back any of the greats they've had there, Cordell Stewart or Rashaan Salam. None of them would make a difference today. They're trailing by 15 to Texas. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Looking to pass on second down. It's complete to the left. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've got a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the...
A shot toward the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Bringing it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defender some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job in coverage, watching the QB, anticipating the receiver on his break. He went up, he flunked it.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for the
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Blasted as he lets it go. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gonna take a shot. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Yeah, and down by 2 scores, and I guess you get to the point where you got to say, I'm going to go for it. We got to be aggressive. We got to make this happen. They tried to make it happen. The defense comes up big. Now, it is not looking good.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Working that left side now. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Oklahoma 21, Ole Miss 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll leave it with him. The Sooners get enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Now on the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Oh, and the attempt is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Finds his man. It's Addison. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Quarterback checking the play. On 2nd down, he'll fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he's got it inside the 35. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
2nd down.
Okay,
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Looking to throw it again. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Complete to the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of...
Fires one high and deep. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell. A good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, moving behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
But I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's going to pass. Fires left. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. On the run, still looking. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Now on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Dances away from the heat. Got his man on the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Sooners are threatening in the red zone. from the gun, the ground game. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Touchdown Sooners! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado is getting stomped. You could bring back any of the greats they've had there, Cordell Stewart or Rashaan Salaam. None of them would make a difference today. They're trailing by 22 to Texas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point. But you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
And the Rebels brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Offense uses a timeout, 17 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They're testing the right side here. Got room at the 35. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.